Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. If at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video in KalipokerTV poker replays. So if you choose to do so, you can go check out the action in some silence. With that being said, we got a nice 530 PKO from the old WCOOP 2024. Holy moly, mumble mouth. He's having a hard time getting going here today. Dunder Mason is going to rip in the Jack 10 suited. Doopity-doo. Centaurus with an ace and a jack. We got Adios Fabricia. We got Joseph, Salawan, Great Dad, No Let, Darwin, and Jamie Dwan. We'll see that ace jack go for the bounty. Dunder Mason's in a bad spot here with 33%. They do flop a pair of 10s, but they're going to need a club or another 10. If they don't find it, boppity-boo, they're Gonzo Alonzo. Centaurus gets a little bounty. We lose a body. We're down to 8. Centaurus will be right back in there with the ace and the 10. No let with an ace and a queen. Might stick in the 3-bet. Might call 45 blinds deep. Give the blinds a chance to rip it in. We see a queen jack jack flop. Centaurus with a straight draw to the king. No let with the toppest of pairs. Centaurus goes for a little betski. No let I think is going to play call. We'll just see a turn here. 8 of spades, no help for Centaurus, although they do pick up, wait, do they? Another straight draw to the 9 now? Sure looks like it. They got that ace of spades in their hand, very interesting card. Centaurus goes for the 10 big blind bet. Sizing up the river jam. No let plays call, 9 of spades on the river, that's a straight for Centaurus. That's a little lucky. 30 blinds will slide their way, they'll rip it all in. Did they ever bet smaller, like 15, try to get called? Weird spot, we'll see what happens here. Oh no, Centaurus checks it over. Of all the options, that was not the option to land on. Ace 2 for no let with the 31 blind stack. Let's go for the open Great Dant with a king and a jack on the button. Salawan in the small with a couple of jakes. Great Dant can 3-bet, they can call. They might just fold though, preserve their stack. They do land on the fold option, Salawan. I think we rip it in. Could always make it 7.5 or something like this. They make it even a little bit smaller, 6 blinds with the jacks. No let will quickly get out of the way. Ace deuce suited for Jamie. I don't know if we're going to open it up. We'll see what happens. Nice. We do finally open off the 21 big blind stack from early position. Joseph with the ace and the king. We'll rip it all in for 16 blinds and get it on through. Ooh, aces for Jamie. They'll go for the open. Centaurus in the big with a queen and a 3 of the same suit will come along to the flop. 10-8-2, 1 heart for Centaurus. Jamie with the over pair, backdoor flush draw. Doopity-doo. I think we bet small here. We'll see what Jamie elects to do. 2.2. Centaurus quickly gets out of the way. I thought the bet might have been a little bit smaller. Jamie says nah. Aces for no let. Queen jack for Darwin's going to go for the raise under the gun. Jamie in the big with an ace and a queen. We'll see no let 3-bet. Do we ever call here 25 blinds deep? What's behind us? Centaurus is the only player that covers us. No let does find the 3-bet. Now who knows what to do in Jamie's shoes? Super small 3-bet. Nice fold with the ace and the queen. Ace queen this time for Salawan. They'll open it on up. Darwin in the big with a king jack suited. Could rip it in. Could just call and play post flop. King jack 3 flop. Good news for Darwin. Salawan with the straight draw to the 10 still. Backdoor 2 pair draw. Backdoor 3 of a kind draw. They'll bet small. Darwin plays call. Queen of diamonds on the turn. So Salawan does have the 3 of a kind draw. 2 pair draw. Straight draw to the 10 still. 5 on the river. This will beat Darwin's pot. I think we bet and try to get called by a queen. A worse king X would have bet on the turn. We've got 2 pair with the king jack. Darwin says we'll bet 6.6 blinds. This might be a little bit too large for Celowan to call, but we'll see what they're thinking. So there's still some missed spade draws that Darwin could potentially have. Nice fold by Celowan. Adios Fabricia. With the queen jack off, we'll raise. From the hijack and take it on down. Doopity-doo. King jack suited for Joseph. 17 blinds will go for the min open. Centaurus with ace 9. Could always 3-bet. Might just lay this one down and let Joseph have the pot, but no. Centaurus will go for the smallest of 3-bets. Make it 4 blinds to go. 2 to call. Joseph doesn't have a big bounty on their head, so I would love to see a jam here. Just buy the pot pre-flop. There's the all-in. Very nicely done by Joseph. They're up to 23 blinds. Hanging out pretty in fourth place, just behind Darwin. Queen 6 suited for Centaurus will raise. Jamie with a king and a queen offsuit, 17 blinds deep. They'll play rip it all in. Nolet will fold to 3s, and Centaurus gets out of the way as well. King queen suited for Adios. Don't do it. They're gonna do it. They've got 12 blinds. They go for the min raise. Joseph in the big with an ace and an ace. Great dant with a king and a jack. I think we find the fold, but there could always be a 3-bet. Ace, ace. Let's play call, Joseph. Nice. 10-7-6 flop. So Adios might be okay here. They're going to go for like a min bet on the flop. Right? 2 blinds maybe? No, we'll just go to the turn for free. Queen of clubs. Bad card for Adios. They're looking for a king or another queen. Joseph will bet and size up the river jam. Adios is going to be thinking to themselves, like, why the hell are you leading out here? 8-9, Jack 9, both have straights. Wait, Jack 9 doesn't have a straight. That's an open-ended straight draw. King Jack is open-ended. Can Adios ever escape danger here? No, Adios is all in on the turn. They're going to need a king or queen, and they see the bad news. 3 of spades on the river. Nice play by Joseph to call pre-flop and get it all in on the turn. King Jack for Darwin. We'll raise it on up. Centaurus in the big with a 4 and a 3. They play call. King 8-6 flop goes check. Bet fold, and we're moving along. Darwin with the jack of diamonds, an interesting card. You still go for the bet ski, of course. But that's just me overthinking about each single card and their value on such a flop as we get an ace and a jack for Centaurus. Jamie with a couple of 9s in the big. We'll see a 3.5x raise. I think Jamie rips it in. Right. There's the all-in. Centaurus will quickly call. Big flip here. Ace on the flop. Any 9 stealer. 9 on the river. That will do. Jamie survives. 9-8 suited for Nolet. Under the gun. Do we fold? Do we raise? What do we do, Nolet? They find the fold. Great dant with a couple of 7s. 1 seat to their left. They'll go for the min open. 2.2. A little bit more than a min open. We'll take it down pre. Centaurus with a 10 and a jack. We'll raise it on up. Nolet in the big with a 3 and a 2 of the same suit. I don't know if we play call or if we just fold on the flop or fold pre-flop, and Nolet says just fold. Ace queen for great dant. Waiting patiently in the big blind, we'll see another Centaurus open with a 9-6 suited. I don't know if we jam here. Do we? Do we just say stick it all in? We're going to get a lot of folds, which sucks. I like this here. Great dant goes for a non-all-in 3-bet. It'll still take down the pot pre-flop, but like I was saying, the jam is just going to get so many folds, and you're not necessarily likely to get called by a whole lot of worse holdings. So a non-all-in 3-bet looks sexy. 9-8 suited for Joseph, raises under the gun, flops the toppest of pairs. Jamie with the king and the jack. Calling from the hijack. Backdoor straight draw. 2 overcards for Jamie. I'll bet about 2 blinds. Joseph will come along to the turn with a call. Don't think we want to bloat the pot with a raise. 3 of diamonds on the turn. No help for Jamie. They're just looking for a king or a jack or a big bet to get through. 5 blinds. Interesting sizing. So the half pot size bet won't get through on the turn. It'll just be interesting to see what happens on the river here. Ace of hearts. Doesn't it just go check check? And Joseph wins a nice pot. And then if Jamie bluffs, what do we bluff? Like 10 blinds? Just put him in a weird spot and make him click call if he wants to. All in is the bet from Jamie. Okay. Can Joseph sniff this bad boy out? Bet on the flop, bet on the turn, and 1-liner to a 5 out there. Diamonds miss. Joseph does lay it down. Nice play by Jamie. Holy moly. Looks like I'll have to skip forward here. Save us about 30 seconds. Queen jack for Jamie will raise. Joseph in the big with an ace and a 9. They play call. Queen 8-7 flop. Jamie with the toppest of pairs. Joseph with the backdoor straight draws. And that overcard will find the fold on the flop. 9-8 suited for Great Dant is just going to lay it down from the cutoff off a 21 big blind stack. I suppose that's because Centaurus is waiting in the big blind with an ace 5-0. 3-bet incoming. Had Great Dant, went for the raise. Instead we get a limp from Joseph. Centaurus will raise to about 3 blinds. Wow, just kidding, all in. And they take it down pre. Ace queen for no let. King 10 suited for Great Dant. No let will open. I think Great Dant folds. Celoan with the king jack suited will have the opportunity to rip it in. And with that being said, I think we might fold because no let shouldn't be raising into Jamie's big blind too wide. Centaurus waiting patiently in the small. No let goes for the open. Great Dant will fold. Celoan quickly folds as well. 6-4 suited. Centaurus will lay this down. Just kidding, they're going to play call from the small. Jamie in the big with the jack and the 10 will call. Queen 9-8 flops. So the top pair, top kicker for no let. Jamie with the nuts. Centaurus with the backdoor flush draw. Has a backdoor straight draw, but it doesn't matter. Checks around to no let, who will bet 2.8 blinds. There's a lot of bad turn cards here for ace queen, so if Jamie does raise on the flop, that's probably good news for him. Does go for the small, re-raise on the flop to 6.5 blinds. If I'm no let, I just rip it in here. Just dunk it in. There's the all in. Jamie quickly calls with 96%. Sweating the boat. No let doesn't find any boat help on the turn, so they're done. Gonzo Alonzo. We're down to 6. Ace king for Great Dant will raise it on up. Centaurus with the jack 9 suited could 3-bet. What size would we go? Keep it small? 5.5? They play call. King jack 6 flop, so top pair, top kicker versus the middle list of pairs. Backdoor straight draw for Centaurus. But it's no good, of course. Great Dant bets small. 1.6 blinds into 6.6. Centaurus plays call, 7 on the turn. So 10 blinds in the middle, 17 behind for Great Dant. I think we need to put in a big juicy bet here, like 5 blinds. Do we make it 5.5 maybe? Half pot, half pot. All in on the turn and Great Dant will take it down. Interesting hand there. Great Dant says there's just way too many draws out there. I don't want to be playing the guessing game on the river. As Celoan raises up the queen jack suited. Jamie with an ace and a 5 plays call from the button. I was thinking we can play 3-bet, but Jamie's thinking I want to go post flop and potentially get this bounty here. Jack 9 4 flop. Good start for Celowan, who will bet 1.4 blinds. Jamie with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. An overcard plays call. 6 spades on the turn, so no help for Dewan. Celowan will bet and take it down. Do we ever check? I don't think so. There's too many draws out there. Celowan jams and gets it through. King 2 for Darwin on the button. We'll have to fold. Great dant with a 6 and a 9 in the small. Do we ever open rip it here? 17, 18 blinds. Celowan with a king queen would probably fold, right? Great dant says 2.7 blinds is the raising size, of course. Does Celowan call with the king queen facing a jam pre-flop? I don't know. They are going to play call this time. Play in position with the king queen. 8-4-3 flop. Great dant bets 1.5 blinds with the backdoor straight draws. 2 live cards with the 6 and the 9. King queen plays call jack on the turn, so no pairs for nobody. Interesting stuff. No real draws for anybody either, just king high versus 9 high. 9.2 blinds in the middle. Celowan in the tank. We'll bet 1.6 blinds, size up the river jam if they want it. Just saying, no free cards for you, Great Dant, and Great Dant with a 9 high I think has to fold. Well, that's an easy call. Boopity boo. Jack 2 suited for Jamie, who's sitting pretty in first place. They'll raise it on up. King 10 for Celowan, hits the muck from the small. Nice little steal there for Jamie. 6-7 for Joseph. We'll limp it on in. Centaurus with the king and the 7. We'll rip it all in for 18 blinds and take it down pre. Ace and a queen for Joseph. 17 blinds deep. We'll go for the min open. Queen 3 suited for Jamie, and the big will play call. We'll be off to the flop here. Jack 5-2. 1 spade for Jamie. Backdoor straight draw. Joseph with 2 overcards. Backdoor royal flush draw, which is cool. They bet a big blind. I don't know if Jamie just lets this go or if we're off to the turn or not. They say raise. Oh, wee-wee-wah. 3.5 blinds. Can we still call here with ace queen with 2 hearts? Joseph says yeah, 9 on the turn. Huh. 12 blinds in the middle. Does Jamie give it up or go for the no equity bluff? Can we ever bet like 3 blinds on the turn? 3.1 or something stupid? Just try to get him to fold ace highs. Jack on the river. Diamonds complete. Queen high versus ace high. 12.3 blinds in the middle. Jamie will bluff. Very nicely done. Who knows if Joseph will find the call here with the ace queen, but love to see the bluff. Joseph deep in the tank. Want to see a call now, don't we? With the ace high, Joseph deep in the tank. Doopity doo, play call. So how many players are left? 6 players left. So we locked up $3,500. About $1,200 for a ladder. Joseph, if they fold, they'll be in last place with 11 blinds. It's quite impressive to see them take this long with the ace high. You gotta think they're gonna find the call here. There it is. Nicely done. Holy moly, what a play by Joseph. Blinds go up. A king and a jack for Darwin. Jamie down to 44 blinds. We'll just fold the small. King and a king for Joseph. We'll raise it on up and take it down pre. So Centaurus still sitting pretty with 38 blinds, just behind Jamie now. 3-3 for Great Dant. Do we fold? Great Dant says no, we're going to rip it in. A quick call from Celowan. 50-50, what a flop. The Jack 10-10 flop. 9 of hearts on the river. That's a straight flush for Celowan. Doopity-doo. Would have been cool to see that ace of hearts, but straight flush is good enough. Celowan gets the bounty. We're down to 5. Doopity-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. Queen and a 2 for Centaurus facing the undergun Jamie's raise. Ace Queen 3 flop. Goes check, bet, call, and we're off to the turn. 2 of spades. Right? That's how this goes. 10 of hearts. Not quite the action card we're looking for, I think. If Jamie bets, the hand's over. And 8 blinds in the middle. They bet half pot, and Centaurus quickly folds. 4 and a 4 for Celowan with the 33 blinds. Joseph with an ace and an 8 on the button. We could always 3-bet. Not likely though. Jamie in the big with an ace and a 3 will call. Jack 8-7 flop. So I'm interested to see if Celowan c-bets here, or do we just check it back? Backdoor heart draw. Backdoor straight draws. Celowan does check it back. 10 on the turn. Jamie checks the ace high. Celowan might just check it down all the way to showdown. 4 on the river. Not likely now. Jamie bets 2.5 blinds. So there's a 1-liner to a 9 out there. I think Celowan just plays call. Queen 9 is the nuts. 5-6 makes a straight. 6-9 is a straight. Celowan finds the raise with the set on the very end there. Of course, the bet gets through. Ace King for Joseph. Ace 8 for Centaurus. We'll see a raise and fold. What do we do, Centaurus? It's now in 3rd place. They play call. King Queen 7 flop. 2 diamonds for Centaurus. Top is the pairs. Top kicker for Joseph. Joseph checks, Centaurus bets, and Joseph raises. And Centaurus jams. Oh, we're just going to see the 6 of diamonds on the turn for free. If I'm Joseph, I'm going to go for a bet. I don't want to see another diamond, that's for sure. If we face a raise on the turn, that really sucks. It's one of those spots where we can almost start to find bet folds here with the ace king. Yeah, another 8 to call. What do we do, Joseph? Do we really just bet the turn to fold to a raise? The thing is, we've got like no real redraw against their made hands. Joseph just says bet fold the ace king on the turn. Nicely done by Joseph. Beautiful play. Queen 5 for Jamie will raise the button. Darwin with a couple of 6s will rip it all in. We'll see if Jamie goes bounty hunting. For 12 blinds, they say no. 6 and a 6, Jamie will raise. And 7-6 for Joseph in the big. We'll just fold pre. Ace and a 2 for Darwin. We'll lay it down from the cutoff. Joseph with a queen and a jack in the small might limp it in. In 4th place. They do limp. Centaurus with 10-4 off. Do we ever raise pre here? There it is. 3.5 blinds to go. I would love to see a Joseph jam. They might also just play call. Do we ever fold? I don't think so. Joseph calls. King 8-5 flop. Nobody with a club in their hand. Centaurus should still be able to steal this pot at some point, though. Ace on that turn. Joseph checks. Centaurus bets. What do we bet? Do we make it look like we want to jam on the river? That would have been really cool. So we could have made it like, what, 5 blinds? Maybe a little bit less. Instead, we see the 9 of clubs on the river. Joseph checks, and if Centaurus checks, that'd be kind of funny. Joseph will take the pot with queen high. They don't have a club in their hand, but what size would we go if we are going to bet? 6.1 blinds, and Joseph just cannot call with the queen high. Centaurus will steal that away. 10 and a 10 for Darwin. 14 blinds deep will raise the minimum. Jamie in the big with an ace-9 off. What do we do here? Do we just play call? Darwin hasn't done too much raising. Ace-9 off. Not the most playable holding, but could be good here and now, so we could rip it in. Jamie says we'll land on the call option. 10-7-2 flop. Top set for Darwin. We could check it back, which would be cool. Jamie with a backdoor flush draw. Would love to see a free card. 7 of diamonds, not what Jamie's looking for. Darwin makes a boat. Jamie, not afraid to bluff, is thinking about it with the ace-9. They say, no, this has got some showdown. We can check it on over. 6 on the river. Now, what do we bet in Darwin's shoes with the toppest boat? 1.7 blinds. Jamie might hero call with the ace high, and they do. Darwin will scoop a small one. Aces for Centaurus. They'll raise and take it down pre. They're in first place now, after Jamie lost that small pot there. 10 and a 2 for Darwin. We'll find the fold. Just kidding, they go for this weird 3-bet to 5 blinds. Just horrific timing. Centaurus is going to be doing this with a lot of holdings, but they wake up with the ace and the ace. They do land on the call, 7-5-5 flop. I'd love to see Darwin continue to tell the story. We don't have to bet large. 2 blinds is the bet by Darwin. Centaurus will likely just call. This board is super dry. There's a few straight draws, but that's not what Darwin's representing, as we see a 3 on the turn. 12 blinds behind. I think Darwin goes for the check now. Do we ever bet like 3? 3.3 or something stupid? 4.6, leaving 7 behind. What an interesting line here. Centaurus will happily call once again. No equity bluff did not work out for Darwin. 7 blinds behind, 25 in the middle. It would be kind of funny to see Darwin rip it in. It's not going to work out, obviously. Be funny though. They land on the check. Centaurus will go for the last 7 blinds. There's the all-in, and Darwin swiftly folds. Ace-queen for Darwin. From the small, we'll rip it all in. 4-3 for Celowan. Do we call here? 6 more to call. $1,200 bounty on the line. Do, buddy, do. Celowan's doing some math. Doesn't take too much. They find the call with about 35%. Turn a straight draw and river the frickin' straight. We're gonna lose Darwin in 5th place. So 4 players remain. Jamie with a king and a queen. Centaurus with an ace and an ace. Centaurus goes for the 3-bet with the aces. 27 blinds behind for Jamie. Will just fold pre. Celowan with the ace and the 3 will raise. Joseph with a jack and a jack will. Do we jam? Do we make it like 5 blinds? Joseph says make it about 8. I think Celowan folds. Yep. We're moving along. Ace 10 suited for Centaurus will raise Silouan in the big with the 4 and a 5. Do 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 do. Pretty boring pot here. 9-9-6 flop. Centaurus with the flush draw. Silouan with 3 in a row. Has an easy check fold to the minus the bets. 1.3 blinds. Queen Jack suited for Silouan. We'll rip it in for about 18.5 blinds. And take it down pre. Blinds go up. Ace 5 for Centaurus, waiting patiently in the big. Joseph with the queen and the 9. We'll rip it all in and get a quick call. 9 on the flop. Good news for Joseph. Any heart will do. An ace or a 6 would have also got the job done for Centaurus. Instead, Joseph gets the full double. They've got 29 blinds. They're in first place with a 3 and a 3. Do we rip it in here? What do we do, Joseph? There's the all-in. We can't call any 3 bets, so we just have to jam and take it down pretty. King Queen for Joseph. 6-6 for Centaurus. Joseph raises. 28 blinds for Centaurus. I think we play call. In position. King 8-4 flop. Bad news for Centaurus' 6s. If we face a bet, we might just ditch it. 2 blinds to go. Backdoor straight draws. 3 of a kind draw. 2 blinds to what would be 10 blinds. Centaurus does find the call. 4 on the turn. Joseph will size up a river jam. 7.5 blinds. And then surely Centaurus can lay this one down now. They do get out of the way. Ace 10 for Silouan in the small. Couple of ducks for Jamie on the button. Joseph in the big with a king and a jack. We'll see the all in from the ducks. Ace 10 I think goes bounty hunting. No. Does Joseph go bounty hunting with a king jack? $1,400 bounty on the line. Not an easy call, and Joseph does lay it down. The deuces get it through pre. Ace 6 suited for Jamie will raise Centaurus in the big with an 8 and a 7. Joseph with the jack and the 8. We're all suited and booted. Queen 10-5 flop. Interesting. 2 clubs for Joseph. Centaurus with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Jamie with not much doing, backdoor straight draw, an overcard. Makes a pair of 6s on the turn, which is the best hand for the time being. Centaurus has the straight flush draw to the 9 of diamonds. I don't know what we do facing Joseph's lead here. Do we rip? That doesn't make much sense. Do we call? That feels weak, but we got it. 4 on the river. Centaurus makes their straight. I didn't even realize the 9 would have been the juiciest card in the world, as both players would have made a straight. Joseph with the better straight, of course. Instead, we get a 4 on the river. So Joseph misses the flush draw, misses the straight draw, has jack high. All in from Centaurus' nuts, and takes it down. Queen 6 for Joseph will raise 8-8 for Jamie in the big. I think we can jam for 19 blinds and we'll take it down pretty. Ace and a queen for Centaurus will raise. Silouan in the big with an ace and an 8 I think plays call. No need to go for a 3-bet here. We are 4-handed and ace 8 is quite strong, so we're going to rip it in and take it down pretty. Just kidding. Ace queen quickly calls and makes the nuts on the turn. No chop for Silouan. They're Gonzo Alonso in 4th place. Joseph in the small with a jack and a 7. Centaurus in the big with a queen and a 5. We'll face the 3.5x raise. Call from Centaurus. Jack 4-4 flop. What do we do in Centaurus' shoes? We face a little Betsky. Backdoor flush draw, an overcard to the jack. Not the most appealing situation, but the bet's small enough to come along to the turn. We get the 7 of spades. So Centaurus does pick up the flush draw. Top 2 pairs for Joseph. They'll check it on over. Centaurus gets a free river if they want it. They are going to size up the river jam if they want it. 4.4 blinds into 11. I think Joseph calls. We could rip it in. 9 on the river. So all the draws miss. If I'm Centaurus, I bluff, but Joseph will find the hero call. Not even a hero call. What am I talking about? Just a regular call. Like if Centaurus has like ace jack, are we going for a river jam? I think so. So it's just a regular call with the jack 7. What about king jack? What about queen jack? So many draws missed. Our top best pair jack should still be best. Joseph of course had 2 pairs, so that doesn't matter. Anyways, king 7-2 flop. Centaurus will lead and take it down. Ace and a 9 for Centaurus will raise. Joseph in the big with a 4 and an 8 of the same suit. Joseph plays call. Jack 9-7 flop. Heart draw for Joseph. Middle pair for Centaurus. 10 of hearts on the turn, so that's a flush versus a pair. This will be Joseph's pot. Joseph bets about half and takes it down. 5-4 versus jack in the 10. 7-6-2 flop. Straight draw. Doesn't get there for Centaurus. We get a deuce on the turn. Joseph without a diamond in their holding. 2 live cards with the jack in the 10. I'll check it again. 5-4. We'll bet 2 blinds. And I think Joseph just quickly folds. They do. Blinds go up. Jack 10. Do we rip it in? 16.5 blinds. Does Jamie call now that he faces the jam? They'll have about 58% if they do find it. 57%, sorry. No, they lay it down. Very thin spot for Jamie. King 5 for Joseph. 9-10 for Centaurus. Limp pot. 7-6-5 flop. Joseph with the bottomist, a pair. Centaurus with 2 overs, a straight draw to the 8. Does have the chance to see a free card. He's going to bet 2 blinds instead. Joseph will find the call with that bottom pair. We'll be off to the turn. Would be interesting. Whoa, Joseph just folds. I was going to say it would be interesting to see a check raise from that bottom pair of 5s, which isn't necessarily likely to happen. 10-10 for Joseph will raise. Centaurus with an ace and a 9. Jamie with an ace and a 9. Does this somehow get all in? Centaurus will rip. Jamie folds. Joseph, I think, calls. 10-10 3-handed? Surely we're calling. 30 blinds. 70%. We just got to sweat a couple of aces. We do. Centaurus is down to 12 blinds. Joseph has 66. Holy moly. Jamie's got 13 with the king and the queen. We'll rip it all in. Ace 3 calls with the 58%. Sweating the king, queen. Oh my lord. 10 of hearts on the turn. Jamie picks up a flush draw to the hearts. Straight draw to the ace or 9. The king or queen are still alive. Doesn't find any of them on the river. Now we got a deuce 3 limp. Centaurus with ace 8 suited. I think we rip. Do we ever make it 3 blinds? Centaurus says, why waste the time, and just rips it in. 4-2 for Centaurus. We'll a bit in. Jack. Or that's not jack. A 10 and a 9 for Joseph. King 7-4 flop goes check, check. 7 on the turn. Goes check. Bet, fold, and we're moving along. Nine, 8-4 flop. Goes check, bet, call. We're off to the turn. Centaurus with the backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw goes for the check raise instead, which is pretty cool to see. Ooh, a couple of queens. Limp pot. Joseph says no, it's not. Just kidding. 10-8-2 flop. Joseph with the backdoor heart draw. Backdoor straight draw. And overcard to the king. We get a 2 on the turn. No heart. Can Centaurus squeak out a little more value with another Betsky? 3.4 blinds to go. There's so many draws out there. I'm just thinking Jack 9's open-ended, 9-7's open-ended. Then we're going to have some weird ones like 6-7, 6-9 with a gutter that Joseph's dominating. So it's an interesting spot as Joseph finds the fold on the turn. 8-5-5 flop. 10-4 for Joseph with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Bets in, takes it on down. 8 and a 3 will limp it on in. 8 and a 2 will raise it on up and nope, it'll check. Queen 10-2 flop. Goes check, bet, call, and we're off to the turn. Ace of hearts. Centaurus with no equity here. Looking for a 3. We'll bet 3.4 blinds. And this might get the job done here as we do see Joseph find the swift fold. 3-7 suited for Joseph. Raise Centaurus with the ace and the 6. Do we jam 18 blinds here with ace 6 off? Centaurus says yes, and they get it on through. Queen 10 versus a queen and a jack. We get a limp and a raise and a call. 9-6-5 flop. Interesting. Both players with backdoor straight draws. 2 overcards. We'll see how this bad boy goes down. Joseph will bet 5 blinds into 7.2 and Centaurus will quickly get out of the way. 5-3 will limp it in. Queen 8 will check it back. 9-4-2 flop. Joseph is open-ended. They bet a blind. Centaurus has the flush draw, which completes on the queen of spades turn. Joseph bets 2 blinds. Centaurus finds the call. We're off to the river. Doopity doopity doo. 3 of diamonds. Joseph has like no showdown value. Do we bluff? Pair of 3s here. Would be cool to see an all-in from Joseph. Do we ever make it something smaller? Joseph says no, we'll just rip it in. Weird spot for Centaurus. They do got the flush. They obviously lose to any 10 of spades, jack of spades, king of spades, or ace of spades. Deep in the tank. Something tells me Centaurus is going to hero fold. There's the fold on the river. Boppity boo. Joseph gets away with murder. King 4 for Joseph. We'll rip it all in and take it down pre. Couple of jacks for Centaurus. A couple of ducks for Joseph. We'll rip it in. Jacks quickly call any deuces dealer. Jack on the turn. We'll lock up the board. Centaurus gets a full double back in the game with 23 blinds. Gets a couple of 8s. We'll raise and take it down pre. 7 and a 3 for Joseph. Blinds go up. Centaurus has 21 blinds with 1 in the middle. King, queen, jack flop goes check, bet, fold, and we're moving along. 60 blinds for Joseph. King 5 for Centaurus. It is interesting to see when they switch it up to a limping strategy. They go for the min raise here. Joseph rips ace 8 and takes it down. 8-9, limps it in. Centaurus with the king and the 6. We'll rip and take it down pre. Ace and an 8 for Centaurus. Joseph with the jack and the 4. We see a 9-4-3 flop. 9 on the turn. After the flop goes check, check. Joseph with that pair of 4s still sitting pretty. Do we ever bet to protect? Joseph says, we're going to go for a big Betsky, actually. 3.3 blinds into 4.4. Centaurus finds the call with the ace 8 off. 5 on the river. Excuse me. 11 blinds in the middle. Joseph bets 2.7. Cute bet here is a lot of drops miss. Hearts, obviously. 6-7 makes a straight. Centaurus finds the call and sees the bad news. Queen 3 for Joseph. Centaurus with a jack and a 6 will check it on back. 10-5-4 flop. Goes check check 3 on the turn. Bottomist of pairs for Joseph. Centaurus is open-ended to the 7 or duck. They go for the overbet and we get a 5 on the river. Do-ba-dee-do. Do it, Centaurus. I think Joseph folds? What do we do if we face a jam? There's the jam. What do we do? 2 flush draws miss. Hearts and clubs. 6-7 makes a straight on the turn, and we get a call from Joseph, and that's the freaking game. Nicely done by Joseph. Damn, what a showing. Where'd they start this bad boy off? 17 blinds in a dream. Centaurus with the big stack, 85 blinds. No let with 45. We didn't hear too much from them. Still showed us a good game. Very fun to see. Joseph take this bad boy down. They're starting this off. Is that a min bounty? 125 schmackers in the 530 buy-in? I think that's a min bounty. And Joseph ends up scooping the whole tournament. That's very nicely done. Gets about, what, 25k for their efforts. Alrighty, I suppose that's the end of the show. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. If you got any suggestions to make the show any better, just fire away down below in the comments. And with all that being said, thanks. Adios.